Uh, I've been farming for 35 years, and lots of times in farming it isn't a matter of necessarily doing it right or doing it pretty. It's a matter of getting it done now.
Yeah.
And I've had a tendency to rush through things. So a big part of the motivation for me to try this was that I could recognize immediately that it would require patience and attention to detail. And I said, if I can slow down enough and pay enough attention and not get in too big a hurry to finish something, to build a fly rod properly, it will prove something to me personally as far as the ability to slow down and have the journey be as important as the destination.
That's a wonderful outcome, because that's, I think in the arts too, it's the same, it is an art form to be able to slow down and concentrate like that. Can you think about work while you're making one of these?
If you start thinking about work too much, you'd better just put up your tools and turn off the lights and come back when you have the time to get lost in it a little bit.
I think a lot of artists would say the same thing about their work.
I've had the opportunity over the past few weeks as the farming has slowed down a bit to finally take some of the rods that I made through the winter up on the river and have a chance to try them out, to play with them, to get to know them, and just forever, every time you have a new one out or under a new condition, why to understand the joy of having so much fun with something you've built yourself.
That's fantastic. So show me what happens from the blank.
Well, this is one of the rods that'll be in the art show. It's nearing completion now. Once the sections are glued together, why it becomes a lot more like regular rod building that many people have done. These rods have nickel silver ferrules on them that have to be fitted and glued on so that the sections can be joined.
It comes in two sections.
Comes in two sections. I turn my own reel seats. In this case, it's a piece of burl walnut that I got from a friend, and then the grips are built out of cork rings. They're stacked on the blank and glued together, and then turned to the desired shape on a lathe. After that, the rod guides are installed, and this is done with wraps of silk thread. So each guide is wrapped with thread to hold it on, and then the wraps receive 5 or 6 coats of varnish that cause them to go clear and transparent, so you can see through them, but form a very strong bond that is impermeable to water and won't have any tendency to unravel. At that point, the whole rod gets somewhere between 3 and 5 coats of varnish to seal out the elements and protect it and bring out the colors and the grains and the nodes and the character of the rod. And
that beautiful bamboo material. Yeah.
It's a fascinating material to work with, and I think it's fun just to hold them and to touch them at some point. But while the number of builders of bamboo rods dwindled to almost none after the Red Chinese prevented the import of the raw materials. The industry had to find alternatives, and many of the old builders went out of business. It became very difficult for people who wanted to recreate the rods to find the methods.
Wow.
but there's a thriving group of
Resurgence, huh?
a resurgence. Yeah,
Great.
I don't expect that owning or fishing a bamboo rod is for everyone, but if you appreciate the feel, the work that goes into them, and the simplicity of it, why I think there's people who will always desire to have a bamboo rod that perhaps can be passed down to their children and kept in the family.
And it's something, I think it's so beautiful, the end product. You probably want to hang it on your wall when you're not fishing so you can look at it.
People ask about that. They say, well, it's too pretty to take fishing, and I can always just say, well, if it gets broken, we'll build you another one.
Exactly. Fantastic. Well, again, let me ask you why, you've made some references why you would want to be in our show, and which, you have a long history in water issues here in the valley, and what are your thoughts about the importance of conserving the river corridor?
Well, whenever we see another piece of the river corridor lost, why it creates a pain in all of us. And growing up on this in this area and traveling to the headwaters since I was a child, I've seen so many changes that I have regretted the loss of the landscape. The Rio Grande Initiative and the Headwaters Land Trust have been the vehicle now that has gone beyond, I wish we had done something, to let's do something. And it's taken advantage of the times and the conservation ethic to really gain momentum in assuring that. And I've tried to do my part through involvement with the water issues to cover the bases on that end of things, but I certainly have a strong allegiance to the Headwaters Land Trust and the Rio Grande Initiative, and wanted to see if I could do my bit to help them along and to maybe make the event successful in my own way.
Wow. It means a great deal, and the success of the Land Trust is certainly due to all the partnerships that we've built over the years, and no one group could do this alone, but hopefully together we can do a lot.
Well, I appreciate that, but and the partnerships are essential. But events like this raise the awareness and allow people to feel as though they have an open door to come in and offer up what they can do to help you as well.
We appreciate it a lot. You're hopefully someone who's out there fishing will have a deeper appreciation of why keeping the river intact is so important too. So.
Well, all of the rods get a little inscription. They get an inscription as to the date they were made and the serial number. But I thought I'd just have to keep the Rio Grande on this one.
Oh, that's wonderful. I look forward to the finished product, and we're so thrilled to have you in the show this year, and hope folks will join us again on August 15th in South Fork at the Community Center for Keep the Rio Grande Grand. Thank you, Ray.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.